Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Bang Theory. This is the 4th episode of the 1st season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, it is available in the link in the description below. Just click it, put the password in, and enjoy. So, ever since it established that Penny was across the room, well, like the hallway from Leonard and Sheldon, we've seen that Leonard has actually had a romantic interest in her. Now, interestingly, Penny's only ever noticed that somebody like Howard is attracted to her. Well, I think anyway, because he's always kind of forefront, he's forward, he says his compliments out loud, he says it in different languages as well, which I do think is pretty hilarious, and he always tells us to get used to the compliments when she says that she don't really think that she could do, but I think it's funny anyway. But Leonard made his move last episode. He's seen that Penny has a boyfriend, or potentially one, when he was making out in the hallway after he was going to give her his stolen letters that he took by obviously making it look like the mailman dropping it off at the wrong place so he could engage in extra conversation with her. And then he ended up speaking with Sheldon, who was basically saying, look mate, she never actually rejected you, it's just that you never actually asked her out. And he took that and he went and he said, do you want to come for dinner? Now she was like, yeah, sure, do you know what I mean, we'll go with the guys, I enjoy hanging out with you. And then obviously he never actually told her that it was just going to be them two, and just turned up and rocked out just them and made an excuse why the other people didn't come. Now, obviously, it went kind of 50-50. It kind of looked like it was going bad, but then he looked like he was enjoying it, and he come back and told Sheldon it went great. And then she asked him, was it an actual date? And then he said, not really, even though I feel like she's kind of insinuating that she wanted it. I'm not really too sure, but it's going to be interesting, obviously, to see what we do with them, because obviously if he's loving it and she's not, then it might be awkward. If he's loving it and she's loving it, then we maybe have something going for us, you know what I mean? So interesting 3rd episode. Thanks for checking out today's. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into the 4th episode of the 1st season of The Big Bang Theory.
Occurs to me, if I ever did perfect a time machine, I would just go into the past and give it to myself, thus eliminating the need for me to invent it in the first place.
Can I call Science Magazine and tell them to hold the cover?
It's time travel, Leonard. I will have already done that. I am not going to enjoy this party. Last department party, Professor Finkelday cornered me and talked about spelunking for 45 minutes.
Meet the new department head, congratulate him, shake his hand, and go.
Is this lift going to be out of order, going to be a consistent thing?
Interesting. You should lead with that.
I love America.
You don't have buffets in India?
Of course, but it's all Indian food. You'll find a bagel in Mumbai to save your life.
Look at him with his date.
A more plausible explanation is that his work in robotics has made an amazing leap forward.
Hey, what up, science bitches?
What I told you, touching's extra.
Right?
Here comes our new boss. Meet you, and you are?
An actual real scientist. I can't believe he fired me.
You did call him a glorified high school science teacher whose last successful experiment was lighting his own farts. Making eggs for breakfast?
This isn't breakfast, it's an experiment. I only have time to test my hypothesis about the separation of the water molecules from the egg proteins and its impact vis-a-vis taste. I spent the past 3.5 years staring at grease boards full of equations. Before that, I spent 4 years working on my thesis. Before that, I was in college, and before that, I was in the 5th grade.
I'll let you get back to fixing your eggs.
I'm not just fixing my eggs, I'm fixing everyone's eggs.
And we all thank you.
Use new eggs.
Hi. Hey, I'm running out to the market. Do you guys need anything?
I need eggs. 4 dozen should suffice.
4 dozen?
Yes, and evenly distributed amongst brown, white, free range, large, extra large, and jumbo. Never mind, you won't get it right. I'd better come with you.
You know what, right? When I went to the US, their eggs, so when I walked around the supermarket, all the eggs was white. Like, all of them in the shells. Now, in the UK, were they pink? I actually don't even know what colour you would call as. I mean, the standard colour that comes out of a chicken. I feel like in the US they dip them or coat them. I've never seen a chicken lay a white egg, but I don't know if that's something to get bacteria away, but it's just interesting, something that I've seen walking around all the supermarkets. The eggs are totally different than we have here.
How come you didn't go into work today?
I'm taking a sabbatical because I won't kowtow to mediocre minds.
So you got canned, huh? Maybe it's all for the best. I always say when one door closes, another one opens.
Not unless the 2 doors are connected by relays or there are motion sensors involved.
We're fine.
You're not leaving yourself enough space between cars. This car weighs, let's say, 4,000 pounds. Now let's assume that your brakes are new and the calipers are aligned. Time we come to a stop, we'll be occupying the same space as that Buick in front of us. Oh look, they built a new putt-putt course.
Look at me, the real world of ordinary people, just living their ordinary, colorless, workaday lives. Thank you, ordinary person. Oh, the thing about tomatoes, and I think you'll really enjoy this, is they're shelved with the vegetables, but they're technically a fruit. Well, there's some value to taking a multivitamin, but the human body can only absorb so much. What you're buying here are the ingredients for very expensive urine.
Well, maybe that's what I was going for.
Or we can go to one of those big warehouse stores.
Oh, I don't know, Sheldon. It's gonna take me a while to recover from all the fun I had today.
I noticed that you purchase your tampons 1 month supply at a time.
What?
Think about it. It's a product that doesn't spoil, and you're going to be needing them for at least the next 30 years. When did your mother go into menopause?
Okay. I'm not talking about this with you.
We're still on for putt-putt golf, right?
Just ran into Penny. She seemed upset about something.
I think it's her time of the month.
What happened to your scrambled egg research?
Oh, that was a dead end. Scrambled eggs are as good as they're ever going to be. I read an article about Japanese scientists who inserted DNA from luminous jellyfish into other animals, and I thought, hey, fish night lights.
Sheldon, are you sure you don't want to just apologize to Gablehauser and get your job back?
Oh, no. Oh, I have too much to do.
Thanks for coming on such short notice.
You did the right thing calling.
I didn't know what else to do. He's lost all focus. Every day he's got a new obsession.
Yeah, that is skill though.
This is a particularly disturbing one.
Oh, you got yourself a loom? How nice.
Thank you.
Honey, why'd you get a loom?
I was working with luminous fish, and I thought, hey, loom.
When was the last time you left the house?
I went to the market with Penny.
Yeah, that was 3 weeks ago.
Wait, then buckle up. In the next 4 to 8 days, she's going to get very crabby. I'm a grown man capable of living my life as I see fit, and I certainly don't need someone telling on me to my mother.
He's got my eyes. All that science stuff, that comes from Jesus. Stubborn. He may stay in there till the rapture.
Excuse me for being so bold, but I now see where Sheldon gets his smoldering good look.
Funny, that ain't gonna work, but you keep trying. I made chicken. I hope that isn't one of the animals that you people think is magic.
Are we gonna do anything about Sheldon?
Oh, we will. You have to take your time with Sheldon. His father, God rest his soul, used to always say to me, Mary, you have to take your time with Sheldon. I remember one summer when he was 13 and told everybody he was going to provide free electricity for the whole town. Well, the only problem was he had no what you call fissionable materials. A man from the government came by and told him it's against the law to have yellow cake uranium in a shed. You know, you two make a cute couple.
No, we're not. We're not a couple. We're singles. Two singles, like those individually wrapped slices of cheese that...
Now, after a moment of silent meditation, I'm going to end with, in Jesus' name, but you two don't feel any obligation to join in.
Oh my God, this is the best cobbler I've ever had.
You know what the secret ingredient is?
Love?
Lard.
Hey, look who's coming.
Shh, you'll spook him. Morning, Snickerdoodle. That looks awful fancy. What is that?
It's my idea of what DNA would look like in a silicon-based life form.
You're going to go down to your office, you're going to apologize to your boss, and get your job back.
No.
I'm sorry, did I start that sentence with the words, if it please your highness? It's okay to be smarter than everybody, but you can't go around pointing it out.
Why not?
Because people don't like it. Shower, shirt, shoes, and let's shove off.
It's alright, she's kind of right there, because I also feel like it's kind of a little bit of a respect thing, you know what I mean? Like, just because you're so much cleverer than somebody else, if you keep talking in a way that people can't understand you, it's kind of trying to put you above them when that's not really how you want to feel, is it? So, like, I kind of get where she's coming from. She seems to be a pretty good mum, to be fair.
Leonard, the Lord never gives us more than we can handle. Believe he blessed me with 2 other children who were dumb as soup. Excuse me, Dr. Gablehauser, are you busy?
Well, actually...
Sheldon, he's just doodling. Get in here.
We may have gotten off on the wrong foot when I called you an idiot. I was wrong to point it out.
I'm sorry, we haven't been introduced. Dr. Eric Gablehauser.
Mary Cooper, Sheldon's mom.
Sheldon, shouldn't you be working?
Okay. I got my job back.
Really? What happened?
I'm not quite sure.
Do you know what, right? His mum's indecent.
Proud of you, honey. You showed a lot of courage today.
Is Dr. Gablehauser going to be my new daddy?
We'll see.
It wasn't a no. Hey, look at that. That is well sick. Do you know what, right? That is sick, that, innit? That fish that he's just done there. If you could achieve that without doing any animal cruelty at all, then that would be amazing. Honestly, it really would be. Now, I'm not too sure how that would actually get done. He was just feeding them, I think, before. And if you could do that, like I said, without hurting him, then that would be some next level invention, wouldn't it? Imagine me having like a glowing in the dark fish here or on this side where the TV screen is. That would be absolutely mental. But I actually feel like his mum was a great addition to today's episode. I actually really do. You know what I mean? I think shows that have characters that dip in and out, or just be like a consistent reoccurring one, always make the show better. And like I said, first 4 episodes have been good so far. She was a good one, this one. I like how she actually helped him get his job back, but in a way where she was actually being motherly. Like, she knew how to treat him, but also she knew how to tell him straight, you know, you can be clever and you can be smarter than everybody else and you can know it as well and they can know it, but what you can't do is you can't gloat and you can't show it and make everybody feel like they're lesser than you. You know what I mean? It's a bit of respect to everybody, and like, you know, parents just tell you how it is, innit? You know, your motherly love is the best kind of love that you can get, and they'll tell you that you're great, but they'll also tell you how bad you are and how to improve. And I thought that she was good today's episode. I did enjoy it. Hey, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You know, I feel like Raj and Howard don't get enough screen time. Like, the potential that they could have had about him bringing that woman to like the party, do you know what I mean? Like, he had his hand on the back or a bum, I'm not too sure, but she was like, look, I told you, if you're touching it, costs extra. But then we didn't really play into it. Like, that had good potential to be funny, you know what I mean? Like, play it out a little bit. Also, the encounter between Sheldon and his boss wasn't really shown, was it, either, as well? It was just like, he came over and introduced himself, he said one comment, and then boom, he was just walking up the stairs back to his apartment. And I feel like we just missed out on a whole bunch there. That could have been really, really good, especially being social, being out in a group. So I'd like to see more screen time from everybody, and it's going to come. I know it is, obviously, we're a lot of episodes in, but I feel like, again, you know, I consistently say that we are heavily evolved around, you know, Leonard and Sheldon, and I would like to see the mix. Even Penny, I don't feel like she's in it quite a lot. Now, it was a good addition, like I was saying a minute ago, about Sheldon's mum being in it. I thought she brought a decent dynamic to it and a different, I wouldn't say twist, but, you know, a different personality onto the screen, because we're not giving really anybody else that extra additional time. But it was good, though, to see that Penny was spending a bit of time with Sheldon instead of being with Leonard when he was out in a supermarket and stuff like that. And I also feel like it was interesting that he was saying, and not him, actually, Sheldon's mum mentioned about their kind of relationship, like they look like a cute couple, and they both kind of reacted in like an awkwardly positive way. If I'm being totally honest, it wasn't like, nah mate, I'm not with her, like we'd never be together. It was more like, no, we're two singles, just like a piece of cheese wrapped up in different slices, you know what I mean, like when you get them. I thought that was a good analogy, to be honest, that he was saying it was quick, but I feel like they both reacted in a way that was kind of like, ha ha ha, not yet, so to speak, like situation. So I do feel now, after watching today's, like yesterday's episode 3 was pretty positive in terms of their little date, if you would say it that way. So I mean, it's exciting. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.